Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll go over the eye model. The eye is located in the bony orbit. It is surrounded by 6 extrinsic eye muscles. On this model, we have the superior rectus muscle right here. Rectus because the fibers run straight. It is superior on the top. On the opposite side, we have the inferior rectus muscle. On both sides, we have 2 rectus muscle. This one right here is the medial rectus muscle, which is closer to the nose. And on the other side, we have the lateral rectus muscle, which is closer to the zygomatic bone. To know where is the medial rectus from the lateral rectus, find the starting point of the 5th muscle, which is the inferior oblique muscle right here. So that is the inferior oblique muscle. The fibers run with an angle. And the 6th muscle, we can only see the tendon of it, which is the superior oblique muscle. The eye is made of 3 layers, 3 tunic. The fibrous tunic, which is the outermost layer. The fibrous tunic is made of the sclera, which is the white part of the eye. The sclera is made of dense connective tissue, that's why it is called fibrous tunic, and the cornea. The cornea is the most anterior part of the eye that is transparent and curved. The second layer is the vascular tunic, which is rich in blood vessels, which is made of the choroid. You can see the choroid right here, and the ciliary body, and the iris. The iris, you can see it right here, which is the colored part of the eye. The third and the inner layer, which is the sensory tunic. Sensory, because it is rich in the photoreceptors. This layer is made of the retina right here. Let's open the eyeball. Right here, we can see the first superficial layer, which is the fibrous tunic, which is made of the sclera, so we can only see the sclera right here. The second layer, which is the vascular tunic, it is made of the choroid, which is this entire brown layer, that's the choroid, and the ciliary body, which is made of the ciliary muscle, the circular muscle right here, that surrounds the colored part of the eye, which is the iris, which is the blue in this model right here. And the third layer, which is the sensory tunic, which is made of the retina. This is the retina. The retina extends anteriorly till this structure right here, half circles. This structure is called the ora serrata retina. The retina is rich in the photoreceptors, the rods and the cones. And we can see also the central retinal artery in red and the central retinal vein. We can see the structure that exits the eyeball. This is the optic nerve, which is cranial nerve number 2. It's a sensory nerve only. The point where it exits the eyeball is called right here. This is the optic disc. This optic disc is a blind spot. Why? Because it lacks the photoreceptors. There are no photoreceptors right here versus this entire area in the retina. Now, this part of the retina, which is the oval part, yellowish spot, this is called the macula lutea. In the center of the macula lutea, we have the fovea centralis, which carries the highest concentration of photoreceptors, the rods and the cones. Moving to the second part right here, the eye is divided into 2 segments, the anterior segment and the posterior segment. The anterior segment starts at the cornea right here and it ends at the lens. The posterior segment extends from the lens to the retina. The anterior segment is further divided into 2 chambers. The anterior chamber, which extends from the cornea right here to the iris, which is the colored part of the eye, and the posterior chamber, which extends from the iris to the lens right here. The anterior segment is filled with a fluid that is called the aqueous humor. Aqueous means like watery in consistency. Whereas the posterior segment is filled with this structure right here, which is called the vitreous body or the vitreous humor. So let's take the cornea out. This is the cornea, which is the transparent, right here, structure. That is the cornea. Transparent curved structure belongs to the fibrous tunic. And then we have the iris and the pupil. That's the iris, the colored part, that's the pupil. And then we have the lens right here. The lens is held by the suspensory ligaments from the ciliary processes, which are not shown on this model. And then we have the vitreous body or vitreous humor. The vitreous humor holds the retina around it in place, and it is jelly-like in consistency, whereas the aqueous humor in the anterior segment is like water in consistency. Check the description box below for the structures on this model. If the video was helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more.